morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching this from. This is Cornelius Luvinda with another video. In this video, we are continuing now. We are going to calculus 2. This is applications of differentiation, okay, increasing and decreasing functions. And then we have example 1. This is still under calculus, of course, calculus 2 now. It reads, for the range of values, or for what range of values of x is the function y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared minus 9x plus 4 decreasing, then b increasing. So the first thing that we need to know is the highest power here is a power 3. It is signifying that it is a cubic equation. A cubic equation can either look like this, or a cubic equation can look like this. Okay, where this first part is up, and then here it's down. The next one will be up, here it was down. I don't know if you can see that particular pattern. Now what you have to note about cubic equations is that at a certain point it will turn. It will reach its highest point, then it will turn, starts going down. It will reach its lowest point, then start going up again. So when here, it will reach its lowest point, and then it will start going up again, it will reach its highest point, and then start going down again. So these points right here are what we call in mathematics turning points. Okay, they are called turning points, or they are called stationary points. Okay, so what we need to know is that at a turning point, if you are to draw a tangent, for example, you draw a straight line touching the point right there, you will see that the line will be like that. So the line will be straight. This means that m, which is the gradient, is equal to 0. And if the gradient is equal to 0, it also means that dy dx is equal to 0. So we are going to use this fact that dy dx is equal to 0, because at dy dx is equal to 0, there are certain coordinates. For example, here, they want us to find the range of values of x. Okay? For what range of values is it decreasing? So for example, if the curve will be like this, here x is decreasing. Okay? So here it is increasing here it is increasing, then here it's decreasing. So increasing, then there it's decreasing. So for decreasing, it will be between this point and that point. As you can see, it is between stationary points. That is what we are going to use in this video. So let's do just that. We have y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared minus 9x plus 4, and then we'll find our dy. The x is equal to 3x squared minus 6x minus 9, and then we'll say when dy dx is equal to 0, so 3x squared minus 6x plus minus 9 is equal to 0. We divide throughout by 3. We're going to have x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay? And then this can be solved by factorization. If we do it properly, you're going to have x squared, which numbers when you multiply give you negative 3, and you add they give you negative 2, it's minus 3x plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. And then factorize by grouping, you're going to have x multiplied by x minus 3. You factor out a positive 1, you're going to have x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then after reaching this particular point, what are you going to do? You are going to clean up. You can just remove everything. So, we're just clearing up. And then we will get the numbers in front of the brackets. X plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3 is equal to 0. So say x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. x is equal to negative 1 or x is equal to positive 3. So those are the two stationary points or the two turning points for this particular curve. So what you can do here is you can try to graph it, okay? You can try to graph it. You have, for example, you say when x is equal to negative 1 in y, so y will be equal to negative 1 cubed minus 3 multiplied by negative 1 squared minus 9 multiplied by negative 1 plus a 4. So it's going to be negative 1 cubed is negative 1 minus 3 multiplied by a negative 1 squared is a positive 1. Negative 9 multiplied by negative 1, positive 9 plus 4. So it's going to be minus 1 minus 3 plus 4 plus 9, like that. And then here, negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. So negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So y is equal to 9. Whichever method you can use there. So you have a turning point, which is negative 1 comma positive 9. That's your first stationary point. Then your second stationary point will say that when x is equal to 3, y is equal to 3 cubed, okay, minus 3 multiplied by 3 squared, minus 9 multiplied by 3 plus a 4. 3 cubed is a 27, minus 3 multiplied by 3 squared is a 9 minus a 27 plus a 4. So 27 minus 27, you're going to have a 0. So it's going to be equal to negative 27 plus 4, which is going to be equal to negative 27 plus 4 is a negative 23. Yes, negative 23. So your second turning point is positive 3 comma negative 23. And then after we do this, okay, after we do this, what are we now going to do? We just sketch. We sketch this cubic equation right there using these two stationary points that we have found. So if we were to sketch where this represents the y-axis, there it represents the x-axis, of course that is the 0. If we were to sketch it, it would be negative 1 comma 9. Negative 1 comma positive 9 should be somewhere there. And then we have positive 3 somewhere this side, comma negative 23 somewhere down there. Okay? Like that. Then why is it? Then you say when x is equal to 0. You can also say when x is equal to 0. So here when x is equal to 0, y is equal to positive 4. It is passing at the point where y is equal to positive 4 somewhere there. Then here, there we have a positive 9. There we have a negative 1. There we have a positive 3. And then somewhere here we have a negative 23. Like that. So the curve would be coming from somewhere this side. Somewhere that side. And then it's going to go all the way and cross somewhere at a positive 4. And then at that point 3 comma negative 23, it's going to turn, because it's a turning point, and go like that. You see now the curve is looking. So when we plot this curve, we can actually tell where the curve is decreasing and where it's increasing. So for A, if you look at the curve, where is the curve decreasing? So it has turned at the point -1,9, and then it's now going down. So between -1 to +3, it's decreasing. It's going down. This part right here, it has turned at -1, then it starts going down like that. And if you check the curve, there's no other points where it's decreasing. So if they ask you where is it decreasing, you say between -1 and +3. So -1, how do you write that? You will say is equal to -1 is less than x, and x is less than +3. That is where it is decreasing. And then for B, they said where it is increasing. B, they said where it is increasing. Where it is increasing, if you look properly, it's increasing from all values less than -1. So all the values less than -1, it is increasing until it reaches -1. And then from all values greater than 3, it is increasing. I mean, it is, yes, it is increasing from all values greater than 3. So how do you write that down? You say, therefore, the range is x is less than -1, comma, x is, so all values greater than 3, it is increasing, x is greater than 3. So this is your answer for B, and that marks the end of this video, as you can see right there. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Cornelius Lubinda with another video, and bye bye.